Bula and good day from Sydney, Australia. I am filming this video log in the comfort of my hotel room. It is cold, a little bit cold outside, colder than usual from when we first arrived in Sydney, and it's starting to rain. So I got wet in the rain yesterday and again today when we're filming. So I think I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so hence decided to shoot this video log indoors. Anyway, we're here in Sydney to shoot our new international format in association with Fiji Airways. So what it is we travel to a select few Fiji Airways destinations, and while we're in those destinations, we are profiling some of the shopping attractions that we as Fijians can do when we visit these cities. Now the first stop is Sydney, and we've been here since Sunday, and it's been an exciting few days, but at the same time very hectic. We're staying at the Central Railway Hotel, which is in Surrey Hills, for those of you that are familiar with Sydney. And while it's centrally located, where we've been filming is quite spread out. So it takes a lot of time and energy and planning, because the traffic here as well is quite, it's an issue as well, because it took me about nearly an hour to get from George Street, where we're filming today, to Chalmers Street, where the hotel is on. And normally, like, without any traffic, it takes about 10 minutes according to the taxi driver, but then today it took nearly an hour because of the traffic in downtown Sydney. Now we visited some really exciting places. Now I won't reveal too much. You'll just have to watch this new format when it airs in March on Jejemon, and then we'll get to show you some of the shopping highlights that you can do when you come to Sydney, for those of you that haven't been to Sydney. Now remember, if you haven't been to Sydney and if you're planning to, I would recommend that you apply for an Australian visa at least a month or so out, because it takes a while for them to process. And then when you do get your visa, make sure that you have an itinerary of what you need or what you plan to do in the city or plan to do in Australia. If you have family and friends here, then that'll be all good, because they can act as your guide. Now we arrived on Sunday on FJ 911 from Nandi and landed in Sydney, and the crew and the service and everything else on Fiji Airways was just amazing. I really love flying Fiji Airways, and I really love the friendliness of the crew. I think they're very genuine, and I think that's what makes Fiji Airways so unique, in the sense that they're always showcasing the pride of our people, which is the Bula spirit, and that is what we're all so well known for. And arriving into Sydney was so hot. It was about 38 degrees when we reached Sydney. Now the difference between the weather in Fiji and Sydney, in Fiji it's really hot, but at the same time it's humid. But here in Sydney it's hot, but at the same time it's quite, you can tolerate the heat. So the heat is quite different. But nevertheless, I quite enjoy the weather at home as well as here in Sydney. And then we had Sunday evening to rest, and then on Monday morning it was we woke up and we hit the ground running. We had to go to a few places to film, and Sydney is such a huge city, for those of you that have been here, and everything is so spread out. So you need to like really plan your time well, otherwise you get so caught up in traffic, you get so caught up where you are, which happened to me on the first day that I was shooting. I got so caught up in the area that I was in that I lost track of time, but then luckily we were able to fit in the shoots that I didn't quite get. So it's going to be a very exciting episode when this airs. Now this episode will start airing monthly from March, and our first episode will be some of the shopping attractions in Sydney. This is the shopping attractions that we're doing in Sydney is just something, the ones that I think is going to be interesting to Fijians when they do come to Sydney and they want to shop, or they want to visit like cool places that might have some really interesting fashion and accessories and cool art that you can buy and take back home. So when you watch this, it'll give you an idea, and I'm sure that you'll probably have your other favorite places that you normally visit, for those of you that regularly visit Sydney. And also what I really enjoy about Sydney is the variety when it comes to food, like the amount of food that you can get. I love Japanese, so when I've been here, I've just been eating sushi and just been overloading myself with sushi. Like I've never tasted fresh sushi like the ones that I've been getting here in Sydney, and I've just been getting them down at the Westfield Mall on George Street in downtown Sydney. Also, the Lebanese food here is really good. Like I really enjoy the variety and the fact that everything is cooked fresh and the quantity is so huge. So I think I put on a bit of weight since I've been here. So when I get back home, I'm going to be walking up and down Woody South Road where I live to try and burn off all that extra weight and calories. We'll be shooting up until Saturday, and then we fly home on Sunday. But then, you know, it's been a really enjoyable week, and it's been so good to see Sydney from this side, like from filming, because normally in the past when I've traveled to Sydney, I've come here as a guest, because I've always had, I have family and friends. But then coming this time, it's like what I feel will be appealing to the Fijians that watch the episode. So I do hope that you will enjoy the episode when it is, and you will get lots of ideas of what you can do the next time you visit Sydney. So I would just like to thank first and foremost FBC TV, my employers, for giving us this awesome and fantastic opportunity, as well as Fiji Airways for partnering with us and working with us to develop this new concept and to air it on FBC TV, on Jejemon, and to promote Fiji Airways direct destinations. So once again, thank you Fiji Airways, FBC TV, to my wardrobe providers Esnagindas and Fiji Rugby. We've been wearing the Fiji Rugby merchandise in Sydney and tagging ourselves as the Flying Fijians. So till our next video log from our next city, make sure you log on to FijiAirways.com if you want to get some great deals into Sydney. I think they have a sale coming up soon, but just check on their website and watch FBC TV and Jejemon for when this episode airs, and you'll get some great tips, and I hope to inspire you to visiting this Fiji Airways destination.